So, whistle while you work.
Rachel ZeGler is on the brink of losing one of the biggest roles of her career to Brett Cooper, and it's all because Disney just can't handle her woke comments anymore. Disney has come to a big realization: the fans don't really care about ZeGler herself. What they love is the timeless story they grew up with. And if that beloved, nostalgic story gets messed with, fans are ready to turn against Disney. Hard. They'll boycott it, and possibly even tear down the entire mega project. Now Disney is stuck. Should they still move forward with Rachel or find someone else? Once again, we're diving into another one of Disney's remakes, which has been a hot topic everywhere online. Disney had every reason to feel confident with this Snow White remake, especially after the massive success of their other live-action hits. They've got a formula. Take their animated classics, breathe new life into them, and boom, they've got a hit. Movies like Maleficent, The Jungle Book, Beauty and the Beast, and Aladdin proved that this formula works. Recently, Disney has even taken the trend to their streaming platform, Disney+, with titles like Pinocchio and Peter Pan and Wendy. Disney's magic hasn't faded, but its live-action remakes are definitely sparking some heated debates. Many fans have enjoyed seeing beloved characters like Belle, Simba, and Princess Jasmine return to the big screen in fresh, new ways. However, not everyone is thrilled with this constant stream of reimagined classics. When Disney announced Moana, a film not even a decade old, would be the next in line for a live-action adaptation, eyebrows were definitely raised. And with both Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Disney CEO Bob Iger backing the project, it's clear that Disney has no intention of slowing down anytime soon.
I think I watched it once and then I never picked it up again. Like, I'm being so serious. I watched it once and then I went on the ride in Disney World, which was called Snow White's.
And that was it. But in 2024, Snow White became a lightning rod for controversy. First, the casting of Rachel ZeGler, a Latina actress known for West Side Story and The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, set off a storm of debate. Then, Disney announced that the iconic Seven Dwarfs would be replaced by magical creatures, leaving fans more than a little confused. A recently released photo suggests Disney may be rethinking that decision, but things really took off when old comments from ZeGler started making the rounds. She openly stated that their version of Snow White was nothing like the 1937 classic, and her character wouldn't be focused on finding true love. She even went as far as to say that the prince, Snow White's traditional love interest, felt more like a stalker in the original story. Naturally, these remarks ignited a lot of backlash. Fans weren't too happy with this modern twist on a cherished classic. Between ZeGler's comments and Disney's story changes, some potential viewers quickly slapped the film with the woke label. As a result, many fear that the film might face a strong negative reaction, and judging by the backlash it's already receiving, that fear seems justified. Originally slated for a March 2024 release, Disney has now pushed Snow White's debut to 2025. But this delay isn't solely due to the ongoing controversy. Like many other studios, Disney is facing major hurdles with the SAG-AFTRA strike, which has practically frozen Hollywood and, by extension, much of the US entertainment industry. So it looks like fans will have to sit tight a little longer before they get a glimpse of this modern spin on a beloved classic. In reaction to Disney's woke interpretation of Snow White, conservative news outlet The Daily Wire decided to throw its hat into the ring by announcing its own Snow White film. This version, titled Snow White and the Evil Queen, is set to premiere on their Bentkey streaming service, which caters to younger audiences. The Daily Wire promises to remain faithful to the original Brothers Grimm fairy tale, offering a more traditional take on the story. Co-CEO Jeremy Boring claims Disney owes much of its legacy to Snow White, but believes the company has strayed from its core audience by pursuing this new creative direction. While details about the Daily Wire's adaptation are still under wraps, one thing is for sure: conservative commentator Brett Cooper will step into the role of Snow White, sparking even more curiosity as their version goes head-to-head with Disney's. If you don't know much about Brett Cooper, she's an actress and YouTube personality who's made quite a name for herself in entertainment. As part of the Daily Wire team, she works alongside prominent figures like Ben Shapiro, Jeremy Boring, and Candace Owens. Though she got her start with a small role in Parental Guidance, 2012, it's her YouTube show, The Comment Section with Brett Cooper, that catapulted her to fame. With over 3.6 million subscribers, she's known for her sharp takes on political and cultural issues. She's also had notable roles in film and television, with appearances in Bobby and Gil, 2017, 500 Fireflies, 2022, and shows like Gortimer Gibbons, Life on Normal Street, and Heathers. Beyond her role in Snow White and the Evil Queen, Brett Cooper has landed another ambitious project from Jeremy Boring, The Pendragon Cycle. Based on Stephen R. Lawhead's popular book series, this epic adaptation is set to release next year. In this series, Cooper will play Gan, alongside Tom Sharp as Merlin and James Arden as Taliesin. With this role, it looks like Cooper's career is about to reach new heights. Meanwhile, despite all the backlash surrounding Rachel ZeGler, she hasn't backed down, which has only fanned the flames of controversy. A wide range of critics, ranging from die-hard Disney fans to anti-woke commentators and film enthusiasts, have branded ZeGler as a walking PR disaster for Disney. Many have accused her of disrespecting the fans who cherished the original Snow White. A viral TikTok from @CozyWithAngie, which garnered over 1.7 million likes, criticized Disney's shallow approach to feminism. The creator argued, "Criticizing Disney princesses isn't feminist. Not every woman needs to be a leader or wield power, and that's perfectly fine." Other content creators echoed similar thoughts, claiming that constantly turning every Disney princess into a girl boss is becoming repetitive. One viral video, which racked up over 1 million views, even suggested that ZeGler seems to dislike Snow White and called her out for being off-putting during media interviews and press events. However, not everyone is against Rachel ZeGler. Some, including writer and actor Francesca Ramsey, have stepped up to defend her, emphasizing that ZeGler is talented and earned her role for a good reason. Ramsey cleverly pointed out that no amount of TikTok outrage will change that fact. Meanwhile, another user on X lightheartedly commented on how overblown the backlash had become, saying, "I thought Rachel ZeGler ran over somebody's grandma or something. Imagine my surprise." While ZeGler hasn't directly addressed the backlash, she did take to Twitter to remind everyone to practice kindness and empathy, stating, "Remember that you are loved unconditionally, no matter your mistakes, no matter your misunderstandings." In the face of the storm, she has chosen to rise above it, spreading a message of patience and understanding. We've all heard about the controversial changes made to Snow White, and so has David Hand, the 91-year-old son of the original 1937 Snow White director. In a recent interview with The Telegraph, Hand, who also contributed as a designer for Disney, expressed that Walt Disney would have likely opposed these changes. He remarked, "They change the stories. They change the thought processes of the characters. They just aren't the original stories anymore. They're inventing new woke concepts, and I'm just not into that." While Hand's sentiments reveal a deep nostalgia for the classic Snow White, it's crucial to recognize that Snow White has been retold numerous times over the years. The notion of an original version of a fairy tale is nearly a myth. Fairy tales have evolved through oral traditions and have consistently adapted to reflect the culture of their time. Even the Brothers Grimm modified their tales to mirror societal changes. In fact, in the original folk and fairy tales by the Brothers Grimm, the prince doesn't awaken Snow White with a kiss. Instead, a servant delivers a slap on the back, causing her to cough up the poisoned apple. So, it's clear that the Disney version of Snow White isn't some sacred, unchangeable text. There's nothing inherently wrong with challenging outdated tropes or reimagining a story to align with contemporary values. ZeGler's biggest misstep, if you can even label it that, was framing her critique as if it were revolutionary, when, in truth, it's the kind of discussion that's been floating around on platforms like Tumblr for years. However, one thing is undeniable. Rachel ZeGler could end up facing significant consequences if the movie flops, and it might jeopardize her future opportunities with Disney. As we wrap up, we want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on this entire situation? Let us know in the comments below.